Hi, welcome to this analysis with Bitcoin Gorilla on SRP. Thank you for joining me. Now, we're going to look at SRP starting with the daily chart and see what is likely going to play out in SRP. And from what we are seeing here, we see that SRP has been on a long term sideways movement for quite some time, right? But the good news is just yesterday, SRP broke above um the seller's line, right? With a real breakout, right? The first time he attempted breakout, there was some sort of failure and there was a pullback, right? There was a little breakout and there was a retest, and the breakout looks more like a fake breakout. So let me zoom in so that you see what I'm talking about. The first attempt was like more like a fake breakout, and we had price coming back to retest the breakout on the daily chart, right? So we had this instant pull back in. There was this rejection by this candle and the price dropped back into the below the seller's line. But again, just yesterday, like I said, we have the SRP bulls breaking above the seller's line, and today they are still above the seller's line, which is a good news, right? It's a sign that finally SRP is able to leave the downtrend seller's line that has been holding it down for quite some time, right? So you see that break. Now the question is this breakout sustainable to keep SRP moving? Is it sustainable to keep FRP to the point of is it sustainable to take SRP to the point of new ATH? Now, that's a good question because just right here, we can see another sort of rectangular consolidation happening here, which means by the time price gets to this same high of 0.14, we're likely going to see another reaction that takes price back down. So this 1.4 area is a very crucial area for these bulls to overcome. And here's what I'm saying: as long as they are out of the boss, is a good. As long as they are out of the seller's line, is a good news. But expect a reaction when they get to 1.4 based on the daily chart. So this reaction will be like a form of a retest, right? To go and retest the breakout of the seller's line. Now I see two things playing out. That is, we have this bias trend line that SRP seems to have been respecting on the daily chart right here, right? So if they are to have a retest after they hit the top of this box, they are likely going to come back here, right, to form a higher low, higher than the previous low. So we have somewhere around this 1.09 as a real support area, which also happened to be the previous seller's line, which they are likely turn into support. So I expect price to come back and retest this area, right? Still within the box, right? Which is a good thing. So we will have it again go back up, attack, but I don't think it's going to go easily, but though it could, right? Because the retest has already happened. When it goes back up, it could just pierce and break this box, or it could have a reaction. But the good thing is the reaction will not take it below the 1.05 and 1.09. Now that's what I see based on daily chart. Now, if you ask me, what about the bears? What are their possibilities? What are their chances? What can they do? What if things go the other way? Well, this is crypto, and crypto is very volatile. So it is good to be always open minded to consider the two parties who has the upper hand. Now, what we just consider right now is the bulls and their upper hand and their likeliness move. How about the bears? Now, the bears are likely going to strike more once they get to this 1.5, 1.4. Now, the good thing about this 1.4 to 1.45 area is that once they get there, there's this strong reaction. Now, this strong reaction is likely going to take bulls back down, right? Now, this down that we're talking about is going to likely be affected if the bulls fails to hold down this current support line. Then the bears are likely going to grow in number, right? If they manage to break this support line, if they break below 1.09, right, they are likely going to see 0.8. But I see that really as a worst case scenario, because right now the bulls are really quite printing good market structure of higher lows, which means their chances of getting to 1.4 is high this week, right? Their chances of getting to 1.4, like I repeat myself, is high this week. So the main thing is we're going to see these bulls likely returning to the bottom of this box. Like I said, at worst case scenario, 0.89, right? So, but the chances of them holding 1.05 to 1.09 area is high. Now, that's based on the daily chart. Now, what about the weekly chart? Maybe we should have a closer look and see what the weekly chart is telling us. Now, looking at the weekly chart for a price action trader, this looks quite very beautiful, because I can see that this bulls have comfortably made a higher low, right? They have comfortably made a good higher low right here, right? They have been holding this buyer's line quite comfortably. But the good thing about this, that's not what I want. The good thing about is the market structure, right? You can see, even though we've not had a new high, right? The market structure is printing that these bulls are getting stronger on the weekly chart. As we see, we keep seeing these higher lows, which means even though that the bulls are pushing even though that the bulls are pushing, the bears are pushing, price is not going down. Instead, it is favoring the bulls as they keep holding this support area. Even though we're yet to see a new all-time high, right? We're even yet to see a new higher high, which tells you that there will be some sort of breakout around here. And once the breakout happen, we're likely going to meet this guy again before we overtake it, right? So the breakout is going to work like this. Like I said, it's going to get to this point, it's going to retest, it's going to go like this, it's going to retest, up, retest, or like I know SRP, they can be this crazy explosion that will just take everything out. These two scenarios favor the bull. So chances of price going up is high because of the support levels that are still being maintained, the market structure based on simple price action. And we see that, like I said, on the daily chart, the seller's line is broken, giving us more power. And again, if you look at this, right, these are all bullish candles, right? Bullish candles on a support area, because this is a support right here. There's a support right here, right? There's another support right here. There's another support right here, and a major support around here, right? So what we are seeing is that these bulls are likely going to hold up, giving us chance that if you enter SRP here, you have chance of getting to at least you'll be seeing anywhere from 2.4 to 2.8. I do see 2.4 to 2.8. So SRP is likely going to be hitting $2 very soon. And I think that this is the greatest opportunity, even though the market right now is looking choked up with all this sideways. We have a future coming to SRP that will likely wow you, because very soon we're going to be seeing SRP battling with the last all-time high, right? The last all-time high was 1.9. Get ready, because this time around it's going to double down, move to 2.8 to 2.4. I'm telling you this. Expect SRP before the end of 2021 to the beginning of 2022 to give you that wow move that you are expecting. So if you are an SRP holder, this is the good news for you. Hang in there, because something is about to change. SRP is about to take a bull run that you will be happy. The reason why I put the entry point, if you look at my entry, I put it here because why? This is where I said the retest is going to take place, and that is your best entry on the retest, right? You wait for the retest and you enter here and put your stop loss right below the box, right? So this is what I see. Let me draw this right here, right? Your stop loss is here. You can see that the move is more than 5 times profit, over 500% to 1000% move you're likely going to see on SRP. So thank you very much for joining me. This is Bitcoin Gorilla, and I say happy trading. Best of luck.